Ross, wow, 5 wins in a row in National League South, 4th v 5th, always going to be a difficult game. Blew them away, 3-0. Like I always say recently, you must be absolutely buzzing.
Yeah, it was good. First half was quite a tactical game. Probably a good one for the neutral. Both teams trying to suss each other, like their systems, and trying to figure out who's playing where. So first half it was really good to watch from my point of view as well. It's some really good football being played. But for second half we just dominated a little bit more. And again, the negative side of things is it should have been 5. We should have scored more. First half I think we had 8 shots. They had 0. So statistically we're working good numbers there. Second half it could have been, we could have scored 3 or 4 if we'd a bit more clinical at the end. But in terms of the effort against a really good Worthing team, by the way, they're really well drilled. They got good patterns of play. They play out from the back. The goalie's really good with his feet. Good midfielders, but we just limited them to pretty much nothing all game. I don't think Adnan's made a save, so that's big credit to the boys.
You talk about Worthing there, and it probably should have been 5. It probably should have been 5 in the reverse fixture as well, when we lost and hit the woodwork about 5 times as well. Going into the game, did that spur the team on a little bit? A bit of unfinished business, if you like?
A little bit. I didn't want to cast our memories back to hitting the woodwork 5 times and missing all those chances, but at the same time we had to realise that this was going to be a tough game. They've had a good run. They're right behind us in the league, so we had to treat it like a proper game today, and this was a real good footballing game. Both teams trying to play in the right manner, but eventually we came out on top, and deservedly so, because I thought the boys were outstanding.
I was going to say, it was really actually pleasing to see. Credit to Worthing, they got it down and played some nice stuff. So did we, but when it came to creating chances, I suppose for both teams, we defended better and we attacked better. Yeah. So it was a dominant performance. But it's been like that for the past 5 games, if you like, and even back to the start of the new year. Still unbeaten in 2023. Yeah. I know that might be a bit of a record looming over us that we don't want to get complacent, if you like. But this team just keeps getting better and better.
Yeah, I mean, we do take it one game at a time. I've said that from the very start, even last season. Worthing was a game we prepped well for. We had good training in preparation for it. But it's all well and good doing that, but the boys have got to come out here and execute it. And I think if you as a neutral or a home fan, away fan, you can definitely see that our shape behind the ball and our pressing and our front foot mentality was there today. And I must say that the fans were brilliant. We had a really good crowd here. They brought a few, and it was a really good atmosphere. So hopefully we can try and replicate that again. If we can keep trying to do the business on the pitch, then hopefully the fans can see that and get right behind us.
Yeah, 800 people here today, but super. You can go through the whole team. Josh Parker right the way down to Adnan Kanjeric. Defence, another clean sheet. The midfielders and strikers can't stop scoring. Everyone brilliant today, but I just want to focus on just one individual as well. Lewis Mitchell, his first goal of the season, a bit of an unlikely goal scorer. Is that something he's been working on in training?
Not necessarily him specifically, but something we have been looking at is getting more goal scorers in the team. I thought Mitch has been outstanding today. He's had to be really patient throughout the whole season to find his rhythm and to get his chance. And I don't want to jinx it, but he's found some rhythm. The back 3 today were absolutely superb in terms of blocking, heading, making sure our line was correct, making the centre forward work instead of the centre forward working us. And Mitchell was a big part of that, but he wasn't the only one. I could go through the whole team. And the boys who came on, Alfie's one of the experienced boys, and him coming on later in the game gives us a bit of knowledge at the end, and he settled things down as well. And I think that, listen, the only criticism I have for the team, and it's one that we talk about most weeks, is punishing teams. When we get to that sort of ruthless stage and we really start punishing teams, then the scoreline can be whatever we want it to be. But it's important we're in and around their box, their final third entries, the penalty box entries, we're getting there, and that's the most pleasing thing.
A few games ago, we were in around the same position, if you like, but the other teams around us had a lot of games in hand. Yeah. They're starting to catch up now. We're still there. Does it just shows that we're not thinking about what other teams are doing? We're just going out, doing our thing, trying to win a game of football, and we're full of confidence at the moment. I mean, the team are playing some superb football. I suppose my question is it difficult for you to try and keep them grounded at the moment because we're flying?
No, not really. We've recruited well. We've kept some main boys, local boys, and it means a lot to win a game of football for this football club. So the local boys have a lot of credit to take. But again, the boys we brought in pre-season have really stood up to the challenge and the requirements of, I set high standards, the staff set high standards, and at the moment we're meeting those standards. The moment we stop meeting them, we get punished. So it's important that we enjoy these moments, enjoy the Worthing win. Everyone will go in the bar and have some food. It'd be nice and social in there, but as soon as you walk out from the club today, the game's done. We now prep for Taunton away, which is going to be a difficult game. So yeah, this is really good performance. Could have scored more, didn't. We'll rest up now and prepare for Tuesday.
They say, just going on to Taunton, start of a really busy week with Taunton and Dartford coming up. Relentless is probably the word for the fixture list, but you know, the game's coming thick and fast, can only be a good thing. What are your thoughts ahead of that game on Tuesday, I'd say?
Again, it's going to be like today, it's going to be a tough game, might be a different challenge. Obviously it's a long journey, they've had a few games called off, so I think they'd be really keen to get it on. They've got a lot of catching up to do in terms of games, which is not their fault. But yeah, it's important we go there with the right mentality. We have a good core, good group here. I don't think standards will slip. If they do, we'll pick up on that quickly. But again, we've just got to rest up and go into Tuesday now. So not much time to recover, but the boys are professional in what they do and we trust them. So that's the main thing.
Ross, congratulations and thanks very much for your time.
Cheers.